Top 10 upcoming.
Oi pessoal, daqui quem fala é Ava. Estamos aqui para mais um vídeo de hoje de Top 10 Upcoming Horror Games 2016. Para quem não sabe o que é que significa isto, em português eu digo Top 10 de jogos que estão para vir, jogos de terror que estão para vir este ano de 2016. Tá? Por isso, bora ver, pessoal!
Horror games of 2016.
Não esquecendo de borrar a cueca. Começamos lá. Tira. Vem. Que grandes gráficos, mano! Oi, saudades. Isto é um jogo de terror. Saudades é um jogo de terror.
At number 10 we have Raindrop, an upcoming horror game to be released in 2016 for PC exclusive. Raindrop is a surreal environment-driven first-person survival game that includes fully explorable levels with intuitive complex puzzles. Revolving around a horror-themed storyline, the chilling and breathtaking atmospheres will keep you inching around each corner while uncovering the hidden truth behind the complex and its inhabitants.
Nelly, não vai comprar o nome dela, vamos fazer o estilo dele completamente. Este tem grandes gráficos, altos gráficos.
At number 9 we have Perception, an upcoming horror game to be released in 2016 for PC, PS4 and Xbox One. After months of seeing the place in haunting visions, Cassie Thornton has finally found the real thing, overlooking the ocean in Gloucester, Massachusetts. And now, she's taking the chance to explore it, despite the fact that she's blind. So goes the description for Perception, the Kickstarter project from the Deep End Games. The studio is composed almost entirely of developers who worked on BioShock and BioShock Infinite, including Bill Gardner, the Deep End's founder. He was design director on BioShock, and lead designer on Infinite, both of which garnered critical praise in their own right for their first-person storytelling. With Perception, though, Gardner wants to change how horror games are played. The presence adds a lot to what we're aiming for, Gardner says. You're seeing ghosts, finding audio logs, and we're using the mice and scene to help you piece together what might have happened here throughout the years. But by using the presence, we're adding this persistent threat that is always at the back of your mind. It helps merge the gameplay and the narrative. For as much as
isto é uma coisa de terror, ainda não apanhei nenhum pedaço.
There is still controversy surrounding the real fate of this.
Agora este aqui tem que dar.
Exactly how the survival elements will work isn't quite clear.
Não, gente, pessoal.
Will combine first-person action with a heavy
Tan 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 tan. E eu digo, ai, estás me queimando a cara. É fixe. Cai porque. Curse. Pessoal, eu já vou, esperem. Vou dizer, pessoal. Como vocês veem, o Lessie está em todo lado dos vídeos que nós já vimos os vídeos. Trailer do Lessie e o coisa de 20 coisas de trailer.
At number 7 we have Last Year, an upcoming horror game in 2016 which is exclusive for PC. Last Year is a multiplayer survival horror game where 5 players play as a cast of cliché high school characters.
Não são 4, bota para que beijinho não aparece.
It aims to let players live out their slasher fantasies in a world inspired by classic films like Friday the 13th and The Cabin in the Woods.
Quem é que anda nestes coisas com 4 amigos e a passear sozinho sem ninguém maior de idade? Com uma cabine da Whole Foods, uma floresta, não de rio, sozinha, sem ninguém praticamente. Quem é que faz para o chão, era muito fixe, já morreu. Espetaram uma coisa nas costas, já foi. Separam-se os outros, pois olha. Vamos ver os amigos do gajo, né? Ó, espada, motosserra. Não sei o que era aquele que eu tinha a seguir. Killer Position. Os survivors, o assassino. Oh, ele tem bicho, ele passa por eles, eles não veem. que ele está em cima. Tom, 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 tom. Attacks! Tom, 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 tom. Ai, tchau! Tchau! Não! Ele matou o tchau! Não!
At number 6 we have Call of Cthulhu, an upcoming horror game in 2016
Não vou
which is
arranjar
available
as
for
orelhas,
Xbox
não,
One,
porque...
PlayStation 4, and PC. Call of Cthulhu will be based on the old pen and paper role-playing game by the same name, which is in turn based on horror
Call of
fiction writer H.P.
Duty. Mas só que não é, é Call of Cthulhu.
Recognized as a true classic, Call of Cthulhu continues to delight players after almost 30 years since its release. We are aiming to continue this tradition and to present our very own contribution to Lovecraftian heritage with a video game.
Eu quero 2016, não quero 2015, então vou ser isso. Eu não quero 2015. Ai, grandes gráficos, mano. Jesus, é mesmo real. Acho que gráficos são melhores do que o do GTA V. Ei, Jesus, pois é.
At number 5, we have Dead Island 2, an upcoming horror game in 2016. Dead Island 2 is an upcoming action role-playing survival horror video game developed by German developer Jaeger Development and published by Deep Silver for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It is the sequel to 2011 video game Dead Island and the second major installment in the Dead Island series. The game's main storyline is set several months after the events of Dead Island and Escape Dead Island. Unlike its predecessors, which took place on islands as the title state, Dead Island 2 takes place in locations in California. Dead Island 2 features a new massive world. The game takes place in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and other coastal locations in California, unlike the first game which was set on the island of Benora. The game's combat has different mechanics than Dead Island and Dead Island, Riptide, being much more brutal and featuring deadlier, but more fragile zombies. Dead Island 2 also includes several features from its predecessors, such as the rage system, which gives the player a temporary boost, and the weapon crafting system.
Mas aí um todo tão giro por isso que deu toda. Também, tu fazes tudo? Não te vais sapatilhas, menino. Dez dias, 2. Quer dizer, o Rico fazer já fez um. Agora vai ser 2. Brutal. Montreal.
Anchor to the past. Drawn inexorably back into that maelstrom of wistfulness, fear, and regret, with no recourse to escape.
At number 4 we have Dragon, an upcoming horror game in 2016 for PC, Mac, and next-gen consoles. Dragon is adventure, a first-person psychological horror called game. Inspired by Scandinavian literature, legends, and fairy tales, along with Norse mythology and the Icelandic sagas, Dragon is set in the 1920s amongst the deep fjords and towering mountains of Norway's awe-inspiring west coast. There the population of an entire remote fishing village has mysteriously disappeared, and it's up to a visiting American nature photographer, botanist, and entomologist to investigate. As players explore the tiny settlement, gathering clues and memories, and unearthing the truth behind a terrible tragedy, they will learn more about the history of the village and its inhabitants. And they will come to see that behind even the most innocent of facades lurks the potential for malice.
Ai, meu. Plot West.
Lunar Research Station. It is one of the most
Isto é
anticipated
praticamente
horror
como
game
se
of
fosse o Alien.
2016.
Pessoal, espero que tenham gostado deste vídeo aqui de Top 10 Upcoming Horror Games of 2016. Continuando, espero que tenham gostado, deixem o seu like, se subscrevam o meu canal e fui!